Hello and welcome back to TEW 2016, the branding solution, and we are here with Monday Night Raw, and it's only the penultimate week before the Elimination Chamber. We dive straight in with our pre-show, where we have the certified G's defeat Miller and Vaughan. As always, Miller and Vaughan are a great tag team to get good, solid matches, and they're constantly improving. They are going to be on the main roster soon. I don't want them just to be jobbers though. Their performances show that they could be an actual force. I've just got to decide whether I want them on Raw or Shockwave. Bo Dallas. Yes, Bo Dallas won a match against Kevin Kyle or Alex Riley. This was just, again, Bo Dallas has about 6-7 weeks before I make my final decision whether I keep him or not. If he can show something in these pre-matches, he'll get a chance. But I think he needs a tag partner because he's not getting a look in on any of the singles titles on this show or Shockwave. Ryback beats Biff Busick. Nice short match. Don't really have much going for Ryback at the moment. He's not very happy. As he's not in the company in real life, I'm struggling to find motivation to push him because I'm not the biggest fan of the type of character Ryback was. I don't like the big guys who just do a couple of moves and win. I like the technical wrestlers, so Ryback is struggling to really be desirable to use on this save. The Ascension defeat Finley Jr. and Carino. Again, that's another great little jobber tag team we've got here. They're not quite as good, but they're younger, so they're going to develop, and they could be a force. So let's see what we can do with them. There's a few plans we could use. Again, it would be which of the two shows they went to. Jay Lethal defeats No Way Jose. Simple enough, really. Jay Lethal is probably going to start looking to get into one of the two title pictures soon. I'm not sure if I'm going to put him in the TV one because his matches with Neville could be really good, or Saban or Shelley or even Ty Dillinger. You've got 4 really good guys in that sort of division. So there's one idea, and I've got quite a lot in the Intercontinental at the moment, so we'll see again with Lethal. Big E defeats Alexander Wolf, and quite an impressive match. Considering Wolf again is improving a lot. Again, he's turning into a really good jobbery character who may get called up just to be a jobber instead of borrowing them from NXT every week. But then they only get upset. But in NXT they win matches and get happy again. My pre-show main event was John Morrison defeating Rhino. 60-60 and a 63, so we know what they're all capable of. I need Morrison to keep happy because of the Intercontinental sort of picture. I'm not quite sure if he's going to win or not, or win the match to be in it. I still haven't decided who will be the Intercontinental Champion after Elimination Chamber. We go straight into the main show. The main show starts Triple H furious about how Raw went off the air last week with Rollins and Reigns brawling and having to be separated. So tonight, Roman Reigns is banned from the arena, and Seth Rollins will be in a champion versus champion main event against Sami Zayn. And next week, Roman Reigns will face Sami Zayn's challenger, Kevin Owens, and Rollins will be banned from the arena. I've said I want to try and keep them away from true conflict. We had a little brawl. They've basically done interviews and have a great rating. And Triple H says that I would like to see whether The Undertaker will show up next week for our contract signing. Now, I'm going to probably put some twists into that. So there'll be some development into why they have to have a contract signing before their match. But a 95 is a great way to start the show. Obviously, I will start writing the promos properly once I have got myself back to National, which will be in the next couple of weeks. I messed up at the beginning, so we'll forget about that. American Alpha and the Usos lose to #DIY and Crime Time when Lance Rush defeated Chad Gable with underhanded tactics. This keeps the tag team one going, and the American Alpha and #DIY beating them down and beating them now. So I'm happy with what the direction this was going. As you can see, the Usos slightly better than the rest ratings wise. Prime Time of the Week, Lynx and Alex Peck, well, he'll get better once this rivalry's finished. Afterwards, Enzo and Big Cass cut a promo on the Ascension, again carrying on the tag team title match. That's the 4 teams in the Elimination Chamber. And I like how Enzo was the one that looked fantastic over Big Cass. Our next match was Curtis Axel defeating Justin Gabriel, and this is a storyline for the future Intercontinental Champion. Curtis Axel, I am going to give him a little push to see what we can do. Justin Gabriel had a title shot, Axel hadn't. Let's see what we can do, and if not, there's some good chemistry between these two, so there's a potential of a tag team down the line if things don't work out for either of them. And John Morrison cuts a promo on Curtis Axel, who had been attacking him, warning him not to get involved in the 6-way elimination match at the Chamber. Axel has not been put in that match for a reason, and it will become apparent soon enough. Roderick Strong and Jack Swagger lose to Bad News and Baron Corbin. No chemistry between those two, which is great. Just don't really care too much. Baron Corbin's the weak link. Despite Bad News, but he's been injured. He's rated lower than Strong and Swagger, but that was probably due to the tag team problem. Actually let Baron Corbin pick up the win too, so again, 2 more storylines. Solid enough match. The future at the Continental is between Strong and Bad News, who's come back and wants revenge on Morrison for what he did when he injured him. Shawn Michaels has an interview segment with Owens and Zayn, and it turns into a bit of a brawl, which isn't great. It's a great rating, which is just what I wanted. Again, this is their only sort of conflict after all. Triple H is starting to lose a bit of control over his main stars. Another 4-on-4 here. We have Sudden Impact and the New Day 3 losing to the Uprising and the Shining Stars. We have obviously the 4 for the TV title, and we have that We Still Remember, so the New Day and the Shining Stars are kind of against each other. Neville seemed to be the star attraction in this match. Again, 2 segments continued and some improvements for the guys. And then we go Luke Harper versus Kyle O'Reilly. It's a nice performance match. I wanted Luke Harper just to get a win, because of the 2 Wyatts, him and Rowan, he's the better. And afterwards, Bray Wyatt calls Luke Harper to come back to him and stay out of his business in only the Bray Wyatt mannerisms. Now, if we go back a couple of weeks, Luke Harper and Eric Rowan cost Bray Wyatt the chance to be in the Elimination Chamber. So he wants to recall the family, and this is only the beginning. Samoa Joe squashes Angelo Dawkins. It was going to be Ryback, but they don't click, so I gave Samoa Joe some more time. It's never going to be a great match. I'm glad I bumped it down the card a bit. Daniel Bryan cuts a promo on Joe, telling him he doesn't know what he wants, who he wants, but once he's finished with it, he'll be the one tapping and hiding, going back to NXT. I think that's a solid rating. It's a good looking match coming up between these two, so let's go with it. In my semi-main event, I did an elimination battle royal, or 6-way battle royal, between the 6 competitors at the Elimination Chamber. The winner gets to be the last entrant, and I went Dolph Ziggler as the winner. So he will be the last entrant into the Elimination Chamber. The Miz and Del Rio will start the match if I am able to edit that into the game. The idea is just to bump everybody up a little bit. As you can see, Ambrose is really the star attraction of this. I didn't want Kofi to start or end the match. He's got to pay for his cheating, and Dean Ambrose, it's not fair if he's last, because it'll be too easy if he was to win. So that was a good semi-main event. Ziggler stands over a flawed Kofi Kingston, holding the title, symbolising that he wants to walk out champion. That's a good rating of an 87. In our main event, we have Seth Rollins defeating Sami Zayn in 11:39 at a match rating of an 80, which I think could be one of my best matches so far. I think great. And afterwards, Seth Rollins and Sami Zayn shake hands. Yes, I know this is against the grain because it's a heel and a face, but I'm trying to play that Seth Rollins does have respect for people if they test him. And this is their first ever match, and they're both champions. They're both going into the Elimination Chamber champions, and they both want to see each other walk out as champions. I think this will be a solid 80-ish show. An 82. Okay, I'm happy enough with that. We'll head back to the main screen and we'll see whether that match between Rollins and Zayn has made my top list. And we're back to the main screen, so we'll see what the news is like. Nothing overly fancy. We know it's going to be rated excellent. This is the one where everybody asked to get called up. We got a few contracts to look at. Pat and Royce doesn't connect. Great. My women's tag team champion isn't very good. We better offer Mauro Ranallo a new contract. I'm just going to give him free. I'm not too worried. He's young enough to stay around. We were going to have a look at the storylines first. Raw, Legend vs Legend. That's quite poor, and I'm probably going to get Becky Slater in that. This, I would like it to be a lot better than that. I'm not going to lie. This one is brilliant, but you would expect to look at the guys in it. This is getting better. I'm quite happy. Again, slow burner, pushing the new tag teams, seeing which one's going to be the new real stars. Again, this is quite poor, because Bray's only a supporting character in it, because I want to keep him as a main character in this one, just in case I decide to use the Money in the Bank, which is probably a bad thing. So I may have to swap him out, make him a serious one. The Samoan is Brian. It's okay. They haven't had. They had one match, I think. Or did they not have a match? No, because I've changed the person in it to be Daniel Bryan, and he's only actually attacked. So they haven't had a proper match yet, which is really going to be an interesting one. Tag titles is sinking without a trace by the looks of it. Quite disappointed with that. We Didn't Forget is going to be quite good. The world title is 86 and the world heavyweight is 81. We can guess who's going to be hot and who's going to be not. Let's just confirm Baron Corbin's the only one off there. No, who's not? Nobody off Raw. Kendrick technically, but he's suspended. Where is the history? I want to just check. That's not the one I want, is it? No, that's just the show history. Was there a way? I remember looking at it. We saw it all and we can't remember where. This is not good. Is it through here? Not through there, through this one. You can go here, view the profile. Top 100. There we go, top 100 matches. Seth Rollins and Daniel Bryan, 2 out of 3 falls. Is still my best match. I'm quite happy with that. Del Ziggler, Del Rio. Daniel Bryan, Sheamus. It's a shame when Sheamus has left. That 3-way match was really good. The No Way Out match. Payback. And that's a really good SmackDown match with John Morrison. And Luke Harper got an 82. Emma and Sasha got an 82, which is really good. But what I was hoping was that we might have had someone else get one. Dean Ambrose, Roderick Strong got an 81. 71 for Zayn and Owens at SummerSlam, which was the match of that pay-per-view. Whereas Kane and John Cena got an 81. So there's plenty of good matches coming through, as you can see. And continue down through the list. AJ Styles, Nakamura, Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, Last Man Standing, and there's the Raw one, number 30. Events, our best event was a Raw. Best pay-per-view was No Way Out, and Backlash. Otherwise it's just one-off Raws basically. SmackDown's had a few, but they were the Seth Rollins led ones. I believe that would be Seth Rollins led. Money in the Bank was great too. So there's some minor stats. We'll be back next time when we go and head into SmackDown. I'd like to thank you all for watching and let me know who you think might pick up the win at the Elimination Chamber.